that up. Hello everybody, my name is Hal, this is Quail Studios Guitar. Welcome. Let's see if I've got this working. Let me check my levels here. Bump my mic up just a little bit. Hello Bob. Hello Dermot. Welcome. And anybody else that's there that hasn't checked in yet, well, I'm glad that you're here. We're going to talk about Here Comes the Sun today. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to actually talk about not just Here Comes the Sun, but what happens when you have a song that you can't do very well, that you can't play very well right off the bat. How do you step into that song? How do you take different levels? How do you start? How do you learn the chords and then the intricacies of it? Thanks, Bob, for letting me know that it sounds good. So we're going to talk about 15 different levels of Here Comes the Sun. Now, I started to listen, well, I was really aware of Here Comes the Sun in about 1971, 1972. This was after the Beatles broke up. Now, I was a child when the Beatles were, really big. But I went to the concert for Bangladesh. This was in the theater. And, I saw it in the theater when it came out. I think it was like 1972. And George Harrison and Pete Ham, I think it was, played Here Comes the Sun. Those are the only people that played, just those two, and they were playing acoustic guitars. And George Harrison had his capo on the 7th fret. Right? And that's where he played it, and that's where they recorded it. But you know what? I like to do it on the 5th fret. I really like it there a lot. I like it. I like the way it sounds. It's a little bit lower. I just like the way it rings better, and it also fits my voice a little better. Let me find my capo. Oh, I got my capo. Oh, and I've got my tuner. Let me fix my tuning. You ever done that? Where's my capo? It's sitting right on your guitar. Where's my tuner? It's right on your guitar. I'm going to check my tuning here because I don't want it to be out of tune when I'm playing this song. That's a little high. That one's a little high. It doesn't take me long to check things, so I know you won't mind. Should be pretty good now. Changed the strings on this guitar a couple weeks ago. Okay, so the first thing, let me show you the lead sheet, and we'll talk about the chords, okay? So I'm going to share my screen with you. Got to put this down for just a second. Let me get the screen that I want. There we go. Okay, I'm going to share the screen now. Now here's my book. It's called the Quail Studios Music and Lead Sheets book. And if you want to get this, you can. Links are in the description on how to do that. I don't charge a whole lot for it. These are actually notes that I made on lots of different songs. I'm going to share this with you just a little bit. Now you'll notice that at the right-hand side at the top, it has a, here, let me put my pointer there. Right there. You'll notice that there's the way you get that on the screen when you click on my link is that you push Control and then F, and this little find button will come up. Now I'm going to go right to the table of contents, and we're going to go to Here Comes the Sun, which is right there. And I'm going to click on it. Can you see my cursor? We're going to click on it, and here is Here Comes the Sun. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see it a little better. Now it says Here Comes the Sun, George Harrison, capo, 7th fret, intro, D, G, A7. You'll notice that the chords are D, G, and A7 a lot of the time. There's an E right there, and then down here in the bridge there's an F and a C, and that is it. Those are the only chords that are in this whole song. Okay, let's go back to here. I'm going to show you the chords. We're going to put them on the screen. So here's your chords. Let's go through these chords, okay? You got A7. In fact, let me put this camera down a little bit so that you can see them just a little bit better. There we go. That's an A7. Okay, so what we do is I just use these two fingers because I'm going to play the D like this. Okay, regular D chord. There's your A7 like that with these two fingers. So they just go back and forth between the A7 and the D like that. Let's go to the next chord. Okay, we got a C chord. We're going to use that C chord. When you're studying guitar and you're using a book, this is the chord that they show you for C. Remember, I've got my capo on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the second dot up. Okay, so there's an A7, there's a C. Oops. There's a D chord, this wonderful D chord. We'll talk a little bit about that. We have an E chord. These are all open position chords. And there's an F chord. There's one way to do this. I'm going to show you in just a minute how the best way to do that, to play the F chord. And we have a G chord. I think that's the last one. It goes back to A7. Yep, that's the last one. A lot of you know that I like to play my G like this with this finger on the 3rd fret from the capo, right? And then I touch this finger to that A string so it doesn't play, and I play it like that. Very easy way to play the G chord. You don't have to put that finger down. Sounds like this when you do. When you mute that A string, it sounds like this. So that you get those 2 low notes instead of these 3. Okay, so let's go back to, let's take the chords off the screen and talk about this a little bit. So I have students that love this song, people that have texted me, gotten in touch with me, taken lessons from me and said, I really want to learn Here Comes the Sun, and I've been working on it. Can you help me? And it seems like a really simple song because we got D, G, A7, right? And we got an E, and we've got an F and a C. So how hard could it be, right? Now, first thing you have to do, and this is level 1. Got my paper here so I can figure out what to do. You need to learn the chords. This song is harder than you think when you play it like this. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, and that's the way it goes. It seems like, oh, you know, that's not too hard, right? We just got the D chord and the G chord and the A7 chord. But let's talk about this. If you're just starting out, you need to learn your chords really well. You need to be able to go back and forth between D and G and A7 and G and E. You need to be able to rock back and forth between those 2 chords really quickly. Less than a second, I would say, but it's not super, super fast. Might go a little bit faster than that. But so you need to be really, really good at those chords. So that's level 1. Learn your chords, right? And your F chord, I was going to tell you something about the F chord. When you play your F chord, let me take my tuner off there. It's bugging me. In the bridge, we do this. Sun, 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 here it comes. So when you play the F chord, what I do a lot of times is I put my hand right against that fretboard like that. Excuse me, the back of the neck. And then these fingers go down like that. Right? It's just like that. I don't hold it down like this. Of course I could. But really, I mean, I just have my hand along the back of the neck. Just like that. Something like that. Do, do, do. So my hand is very close to the guitar. I mean, just right up against it like that. And I'm pushing these two notes down with one finger. Right? So these two chords, the F and the C, I don't even move the back of my hand. Dun, 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 dun. Sun, sun, sun. And then I do move the back of my hand a little bit for that G chord. So as you're learning these, you need to learn your chords. That's step one. Step two, you'll notice that there's a thing that goes like this. Right? That little thing there. In my book, in the next page, this was actually on page 76. Let's go back to the book. All right. Let's go down to right here. This is the tablature, and you'll notice what it looks like. Can you see the arrows there? Those arrows tell you which direction to do your strokes. And I'm doing all down strokes on those first two measures, and then I go down here on this next, down, down, up, down, up. See those? So those are strokes, which direction you should pluck those. And I show you exactly what chord to use right here at the beginning, and you follow the tab. Now, down here on the next page, which is page 78, this says, "Here Comes the Sun, tab, strumming helps." So this is the beginning of the song right here. You'll notice there's strum markings, and right there, the top note is the melody note. And so you've got to follow that top note to be the melody. You've got to know your melody. We'll talk about that on step 10, but we're on step 2 right now. We're talking about this figure, what I call figure 1. You'll notice back in my lead sheet, it says, "Here comes the sun, here comes the sun," and then it says figure 1 right there. That means to play that particular tab, which is right there. This is figure 1. All right, let's go back. We'll take this off, and okay, here we go. So when I'm playing, let me get the lead sheet on my screen so I don't make a mistake. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, the figure 1 looks like this. That's figure 1. So that's what I called figure 1. Now, that's the second thing to learn, is that little figure. Because it's really important. You can skip it, I guess. I guess you could go like this. And then just strum it. But we'll talk about that in another minute. Another thing that they do with the figure, and this is like level 3, they do a slide going up to it. So instead of just playing, right, George slides up to it. Okay, that's level 3. Learning the chords, level 1. Figure 1 is level 2. Learning that slide with figure 1 is level 3. Level 4. The strum, the basic strum for the song, right? Let's talk about that strum. Let me look at my chat here to see if anybody's... Hello, Scott. How you doing? Bob's... Here we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about the strum. You got to learn the strum. Once you learn the chords, and you got to learn the strum. This is a basic strum like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It's a 4-beat strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So many people teach this strum. In fact, if you go to Cynthia Lynn, who is a ukulele player, she calls it the island strum when she does that, because they do that all the time in ukulele. And she'll teach it to you. Like if you put in island strum, Cynthia Lynn, it comes right up, and she can teach you the strum. I think I've taught it before in videos, and I can teach you how to search on my. In fact, I think I'll do that today. Towards the end, I've got a couple things to talk about. I'll show you how to search my channel and find my videos. I've got like over 750 videos on a lot of different things. Okay, let's keep going. So the strum is like down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Little darling, it's been a, and then long, cold, lonely winter. Or here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and that's another level. Did I talk about that? Oh, maybe I missed this level, because you got to know how many strums it is for each chord, right? 2, 3. So it's like 2 strums on D, 1 strum on G, 1 strum on A7. Like, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. G, here comes the sun. 1 strum. It's all right. Then we have the figure 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I first learned this song, I have to tell you, I did not do it really fancy like this. Right? I just strummed it. That's all I did. I learned the strum, I learned my chords, and I said, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Because if you go back and listen to the Concert for Bangladesh, which you will find a link in the description to the recording for the Concert for Bangladesh, he does that. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's all right. Right? They do that. So he also does, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. As he's singing do-do-do-do, he does that, he does the little melody. And we'll talk about that. There's another thing that you can do with the D chord instead of just playing it flat like that. You can do an embellishment. This is the next level. This is level 5. You ever done that? Let's move this camera again. What I'm doing here is I am lifting this finger. I'm playing my D chord. Like that. And I'm lifting this up. So it's actually a D add 9. Right? That finger's up. So I have it down, up, down, up, down. And you'll notice that when I play it up, I'm doing it on an upstroke. Right? That's a little bit difficult. So you got to practice that. So you got to practice that embellishment. That's like the first level of the embellishment. There's another level of embellishment. You can do both of these notes. Right? You can do a G. See if I can get that on the camera better. Where you lift this finger up and put it on the 3rd fret right there. And then on A7, right, I've got this. So that's an A7, then it's an A sus4, A7 sus4, excuse me. And then we got an A7 again. Now, that tab in my book talks about this. It actually shows you how to do that, because it's tabbed out right there. So those are the next levels of embellishments. We have this, you can go like this. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun. See, and I say, something like that. Anyway, you can do those, and then, oh, that's another thing you can do. Right, you can do the A7, lift that finger up, put it back down, put it down, that's an A7 sus4. So you have this, and we'll talk about that in just a second too, because that's when you learn the melody. Well, another level is to actually just play it and sing it, right? You can just go, little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. A7, 2, 3, 4. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. 2, 3, 4. Here comes the sun. So singing and playing is another level. And you can do that just with a simple strum like that. Here comes the sun. Hello, Albert. How you doing? Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. So that's another thing you can do if you want to sing and play at the same time, right? And then you can strum it, that down, down, up, down, and learn how to do it that way. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Now I was just doing the strum and singing. Now if I do some embellishments, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, wrong chord, it's all right. Right? I could do a little bit more embellishments. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Or you could do the slide with it. Right? You got that level. Let's go on. Let's see. I played and sing, play with the strum, play with embellishments, learn the melody. This is like level 10. What I mean by learn the melody is that you've got to, excuse me, my nose is almost dripping there. You've got to learn the melody. Oh, sorry. That's the beginning part. Hello, Orion. Right? So that's the strumming with the melody, but you have to learn the melody. You have to know where the melody is, so that when you start strumming it, you know where to put it. You know which notes they are, because when I'm playing these chords, right? What I'm doing is I have to actually know where that melody is, because sometimes the melody is on the E string, sometimes the melody is on the B string. Sometimes, well, this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It was hard to do that and count at the same time, so I dropped my counting. You'll notice that a lot of those melody notes are on the upstroke. Let's see. Here's my melody. Up, up, and then down, up, up. Right? So you got to learn the melody really well, and you got to figure out. You'll notice, let me just play this again and watch my right hand. And you'll notice that my right hand is smoothly going up and down as I'm playing this. Right? Because I'm incorporating that melody with the strum, and when it's on the upbeat, I go up, and when it's on the downbeat, I play it down. So it's a little tricky. All right, let's go to the next level, which is level 11, and that has to do with the break. And that's, I'm saying that this is another level because now you got to know this. Right? And so This is the part that goes, sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it... Now, I used to just play it like that, just with the chords. Sun, this is F, C, G, D. Right? You got to learn how to go back to those. Right? Remember to figuring out those chords. So, and this is a really interesting, I was working with a drummer like 20 years ago, and he's like, boy, I can't get that timing, because we were doing Here Comes the Sun. Because it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now I was counting eighth notes when I went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just count eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Now I don't play it that way exactly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Something like that. So you got to know the timing on that too. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. There's an embellishment. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, sun. So what you do is when you can't do all those embellishments, you just drop out whatever you can't do and play it more simply. But I'm just going up levels here. So let's see. So we talked about the chords. We talked about the timing of this break. Actually, I kind of went in. There's a transition, and we'll talk about it. Well, let's just do the transition now. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. He does it like 5 times, something like that. Can't talk and play at the same time. Sun, sun, sun. So when he gets done with that section, that bridge section, sun, 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 here it comes. A7. That's the transition section. A7, A7 sus4, A7, A7 like this with the G up there, has a G down here, open G, and a G in the top. And then I do an open to a D. Da, 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 then back into another verse. So that's the transition from the bridge into another verse. Now, if you listen to the Concert for Bangladesh, when George Harrison and Pete Ham are playing, they do this little... So I'm using the same chords, and I'm just doing a sun, 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 here it comes. 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 And then that transition. Little darling. And then it goes on to the last verse. So putting the singing in with the break is another level. That's like level 14. I've been kind of mixing these levels up because the break, you got to learn the chords, and the timing, that's the next level, and then you got to learn the transition. You got to put the break in, and I forgot, maybe this should be 16 levels of Here Comes the Sun because I forgot this part. Hey Bob, thanks. Be sure to hit the like button. You guys are enjoying this? Give me a like, because it does help. I got, how many likes do I have? 63 views, it says. 4 likes. Come on, guys. Whoever's here, just hit the like button. Thanks. Okay. That does help me to get the video out to more people when you do that. All right. So now the next level is to just put it all together, right? From the beginning. I'm reading the comments here. Orion Quest says, the timing of the break is quite proggy. It is, because you've got these interesting you know, it's not just a 4/4 time the whole time. You know, the Beatles do that sometimes, which is really kind of cool too. Well, let's just start at the beginning. Hey, I got 9 likes. We're starting at the beginning. 2, 3. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little palm muting there. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Oops. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, I see the smiles return to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Thanks, Dean. Missed that, didn't I? They usually do this 2 times. Sun, 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 here it... I did it too fast there. They do it like 2 times. They do it again. Then they start singing. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 A little transition here. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Have I got the words right? Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Another chorus. Do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little tag, it's alright. And then the ending goes like this, which I didn't talk about. It's like an F, C, G, back to a D. And what you do here is you play the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, C chord. I play the 5th, 4th, 3rd string, and then I go to a G with B bass, like that, which is the 2nd fret here. I guess I didn't show you that chord, but it's like if you play a regular G, you just play 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, and then I play 3rd fret on E string, open D, and then to a D, and we're done. So it sounds like this when you play it all together. And that's it. Ta-da! Thank you for listening. I wonder if I'm going to have to cut that out, if they're going to hit me with a copyright thing. We'll see. Let's look at my book just for a second, okay? I want to show you something. I'm going to show you how to navigate. Yeah. Let's see. What does Dermot say? Timing and melody notes. So important in this beautiful. It's wonderful. Gotta love the arpeggios. Yeah, that's true. We love the arpeggios on that. Okay, let me share my screen again. Let's go back to contents. Now you'll notice in my table of contents here, I won't spend a ton of time on this, but I'm going to go down table of contents. These are the songs: American Pie by John McLean, Annie's Song, John Denver, and I love her album version and by Lennon and McCartney. And I love her alternate version. That's my version, because the alternate version doesn't have the key change. The album version has the key change in it, and I talk about putting a capo on the 2nd fret to actually to pull that off. They don't put a capo on in the actual song, but I do, to be able to play the introduction and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Let's go down again. Gosh, we're only on the A's. Baby Blue by Badfinger. There's a little tab for that. Blackbird. That's a whole tab that I have for Blackbird there. I mean, there are pages of tab the way I do it. It's not exactly the way Paul McCartney does it, because he does it with a kind of a strum. I do it finger picking, and I like the way it sounds better. Blown in the Wind by Bob Dylan, key of E, Blown in the Wind, D key of D. Bohemian Rhapsody, I have a little bit of stuff on that. Can't Help Falling in Love, Elvis Presley, and I have a tab with a melody. Anyway, I can go down, and here's page 2. See all that? Look at all those. Killing Me Softly, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Lava, La Vie en Rose. Is that La Vie en Rose? How do you say that? It's a French song. Layla, Eric Clapton, Let It Be by the Beatles, Light You Up. Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard, More Than Words, Extreme, Mrs. Robinson's, Simon and Garfunkel. Over the Rainbow, I got a bunch of things on Over the Rainbow there. Rainbow Connection, I've got Red Red Wine, Neil Diamond, and UB40, they did that. They did a cover of that. San Francisco, Scott McKenzie, Scar Tissue. Anyway, you've got a whole bunch of stuff here, and you can pause the video and look at all of these different things if you want to. And then down here I've got a song commentary. I love the song commentary because I make notes about the song. Sometimes I talk about why I like it or different things like that. For Here Comes the Sun, I wrote here, the first time I forgot I changed that in the next version. The first time that the song Here Comes the Sun made a big impression on me was when I saw the movie The Concert for Bangladesh in 1972. And I talk a little bit about that. Anyway, so this is song commentary. Hey, how come there's a space there? I got to fix that. Every once in a while, I just got to go through and see that kind of stuff and see what's going on. Okay, I'm going to go to YouTube and show you how to do a search on Quail Studios guitar. Now, I'm actually logged in, so you see things like customized channel and all that kind of stuff. But you see right here, this little thing, it looks like a, what do you call that thing? It's a search. It looks like a magnifying glass or something. So let's say I wanted to go to Here Comes the Sun. I just put in Here Comes, and then here we go. You've got a search. Here Comes the Sun, easy guitar lesson, 7 years ago. 15 levels of Here Comes the Sun. That's today's video that we're watching right now. It says there's 14 watching. Here Comes the Sun, slow version, learn the strum. Here Comes the Sun, guitar lesson, 5 years ago. Here Comes the Sun, George Harrison cover. This is when I did the cover 2 years ago. And then you get other things. So look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different videos on Here Comes the Sun. So that's what you got there. Oh, you know what? I didn't share my screen, did I? And you guys are just looking at me doing this. Jeez. I can't believe I did that. Here we go. This is what you do. I'm sorry. I forgot the big thing. Forgot to search. I forgot to share my screen so you could see what's going on. All right. So I just did this. Here comes, and I put it in, and it does a search. Now we could do something else. Let's say you had a question about the A7 chord. A7 chord. Ding. A7 chord. I called it the awesome A7 chord that I did 2 months ago. Here's another 7 years ago. This one was a minute 42 seconds long. This one was 44 seconds long. A7 open position guitar chord 3 years ago. A minute. And then I have other chords, D7, dominant D7. But you get 3 chords on A7. I've redone some of them sometime. Let's go back to my book. Where's my book? I think I got rid of that. Oh, I'll just go there. I'll just go here. June 2022. Boom, there's my book. And this is what you do. You push Control F, and you get, you know, that search bar, and then you can go, and I just put in content. Let's put a song in. Let's put in House of the Rising Sun. There we go, right there, the animals. So there's the chords for House of the Rising Sun. So that's how you do a search right there. All right, now let's go back to here, and I'm going to look at, see if we have any comments. Sorry about that, I didn't share my screen, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you being patient with me. I love it when you write in the comments like, this is wrong. All right, I got to go. I've been here for, how many minutes have we been doing this? Gee, I think like 40 minutes or something. I can't see. Anyway, it's 12:44 right now where I am, and I started this a little bit after 12. Yeah, Dean says, I thought it was just me. Hey, Joseph, hello. How you doing? Arpeggios, is that some girl band? Thanks, Dean. You always put in stuff like that. I remember you saying you like Here Comes the Sun, Capo 5th fret. Yeah, I do. That's where I've got it right now, Capo 5th fret. I do like it. If it's too high for you, you can lower it. You know, for you personally, if you don't like that key. Right? Or you can go up to the 7th fret where George Harrison played it and do it in the original key. So if you've missed some of this live stream, we went through a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I know it's a long live stream. Appreciate you being here, everybody. Joseph and Dermot and Orion Quest and Albert. Yes, thank you very much. And Scott. And did I miss anybody? I don't see anybody else there, but I have to look around at the chat. But anyway. Oh, you know what? You can also do it finger picking. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Here comes the sun. Yeah. We're not going to talk about fingerpicking today because that's a whole new thing. All right. Thanks for being here. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to go hang out with my supporters for a little while. See ya. Okay. See ya. Bye.